All right, Sam. So you sent me this clip. You told me to watch like the first 9 minutes or the last 2 minutes, but actually ended up watching 30 minutes of it. And yeah, I think you really need to explain what is going on. And the whole clip is in Farsi. So I mean, I can play some of the footage, but it's in Farsi. But it takes place in the United States of America. So, and American cops get called. So I'm just, so it's an Iranian story, but has to do with the US as well. But yeah, why don't you tell everybody what it's about? It was quite funny and interesting.
This is a bit of, as I mentioned before, this is a bit of a public sort of apology. There is certain segment of Iranian community that it was a program we didn't want these people, like they are the drama queens and they make big deals out of shit. And yeah, we tried to get rid of these people. And it seems that not only we have not managed to fully get rid of them, there's full of them in here, but some of them may have a spread to the word have a spread. I mean, famously California is infested with them, to a lesser extent, East Coast, London, there's quite a lot of them. But I just wanted to show this as a case example of why maybe some people wonder, why don't I talk about like Iran or Islamic Republic as much, like stuff that when the opposition to Islamic Republic are these guys. Like I take Islamic Republic.
So who is the opposition of the Islamic Republic here? The guy doing the filming, the young gentleman?
This is a representative of a genuine class of Iranians abroad. I used to, when I was at LSE, whenever they had an Iranian speaker, these type of people would show up. This is a specific guy, is a former judo
I was going to say
in Iran. And judoist? Is that?
No, judoka. It's a judoka, I believe. Someone who does judo, I believe so.
Wow. How very unique of
I
judo.
think so.
Judo, he's a judo, like I don't know if he won medals or something, but he was a sports person. And then you have not a premiere, like a showing of an Iranian movie in a cinema in US. It's like one of those special showings that foreign film comes to the country, and it's with actors and people who make
Q&A and
yeah, exactly. Then you have one actor who's super famous in Iran, Parviz Parastui. He's like Robert De Niro of Iranian cinema, because he's super famous for being just a very method actor. He's one of the few old method actors who's these days not as good as he used to be. So that's another very much big parallel with Robert De Niro. He's super famous in Iran. He was in this comedy called The Lizard, which is super, like one of the most famous comedies in Iranian history. And he's also in this movie. He also has met with Qasem Soleimani, the guy Trump blew up, you remember? He's met with him, and in some interviews, he said, yeah, he seemed like a good guy to me and all that. I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of Qasem Soleimani. I'm not big anti him. He shouldn't have been illegally killed by a foreign government, in my view. But some people criticized him for that. Some people didn't criticize. They said, you're standing with Islamic Republic, blah blah. Some people loved him for that. Your usual. And again, they're celebrities. They're not political analysts.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not expecting them. And this is a guy who I think was served in the Iran-Iraq war. Like, what did you think his positioning is going to be on an Iranian military person who defended Iran? Like, what do you want? Like, we have a lot of criticism, but even with that, a lot of us still respect the guy. What fuck you. Anyway, and then this judoka. This judoka person is one of these losers who's gone abroad, and their only activity is to complain about like Islamic Republic and how much they suffer.
But he's not an original then. He's not an original. By that, I mean, he didn't go to the US in 78 or 81 or something.
Those are much better people, man.
Really?
Those are much higher class. Yes, they don't have most of the original monarchists, and I can even name names and all that, pundit, most of them were anti-sanctions, were anti
but so who are the ones that, like, what's his name,
these people, Masih Ali-Nejad.
No, but who are the ones then that when the US holds these events for Iran, the ones where it's for these guys? You
It's
know, when
mostly
John Bolton talks at these events, is it towards these guys or the originals?
MEK, which are partially the original, partially new. MEK has always been MEK.
What is that, MEK?
Mujahideen Khalq. It's
Okay. Oh,
MEK
yeah, we talked about that.
The Islamic, but also Marxist, but also right now their founders are Israel and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So the biggest, it's a cult. It's the most similar thing to it in US is kind of like, to be honest, is what's the people who killed the US senator? Jonestown people type. You know, they share, like, it's disgusting. They make people divorce their wives and they all marry they burn themselves every couple of years in Paris. So you have MEK, that's a constant thing, and that's largely an Israeli funded bullshit operation at this point.
Yeah.
You had the original people who escaped from Iran, and those people, some of them were hardcore monarchists. Even they were anti-sanctions, anti-any military stuff against Iran. You had those artists and stuff, which were, they are the best of the best, actually. They got fucked for no reason, basically, because they sang some happy songs. And to this day, again, like one of them, a lady who does very like pop songs and all that, went to Dubai and sang like about how this is a Persian Gulf and all that, and got kicked out of Dubai. So these are the original people who ran away from Iran. Then you get these new generation, largely it seems funded by these new groups calling themselves the Kingdom Group, the group of Jamshid, like the ancient Iranian king, the Cyrus's righteousness, I don't know, the Cyrus Darius's penis in the, I don't know, blah, Xerxes was awesome. That's bullshit. They don't know anything about anything, by the way. They don't know Acadians or anything like that. They're usually very anti-gay, right-wing, all that shit. And they've been, it seems to me to be an Israeli Arab CIA operation, because they like show up exactly at university events and stuff, and they just Karens, like drama queens. Why don't you answer about the killings? What? Like, it's disgusting, man. You go to a lecture and you want to hear the people talk. You remember Alan Esket was talking about the Communist Party members would come and interrupt if anybody from China would come and try to criticize the Chinese government. They're exactly like that. They're disgusting. And their whole personality is revolved around, I was suppressed, and this is, now I'm in America, land of law and justice. And the guy literally says that this is America. You can't get away with everything. This is not Iran. Fucking backward hillbilly that he is. I mean,
and the police officer was so funny, telling him to like back off. He's like in his face. He's like,
so in this incident, this asshole is coming into a cinema they rented. By the way, I love he's apparently he's been in America or whatever for that long. He's so familiar with his rights and his legal, surroundings and all that. And he's like, yes, guys, I am in the city of Anaheim. Anaheim, the most Iranian accent.
I know, that's why I wasn't sure if that's in Iran or in the US when he said that first.
Yes. I am in Anaheim and I am getting kebab. And then we're gonna go have some jujie. And it was they're in Anaheim, and the guy, this famous actor guy, is doing the red carpet or something, and he's with his mobile phone, like, why are you supporting killers? Why are you supporting killers? Why are you taking pictures with Qasem Soleimani? And then the security guard is something like, please leave or go and stuff. He doesn't leave. He continues. And then Parviz Parastui, the actor guy, is like, I'm not going to talk to you because you don't talk like a human being. And he continues shouting and shouting. And then the actor guy hits the mobile phone out of his hand. Yeah, his phone out of his hand. Yeah. 2 minutes later, then we are cut to outside. The guy on the camera. This is a guy who won a championship in judo, and in the video calls himself a paladin, Pahlevan, Iranian paladin. I'm a paladin. And then he's like, guys, I was attacked. I was physically attacked. I know my rights in America. I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna bring legal action to these people.
No, he's gonna be tied up in the courts. He's gonna be tied up for so he won't be able to come back to the US anymore.
Yeah, he's gonna be detained in American prison. And then By the way, Parviz Parastui, I said he's very much like Robert De Niro, but like in terms of like physicality, very much think Al Pacino, like a guy, very short guy, 65 years old now, I think, quite fat, you can see his belly is this big and all that. And this is a judo like paladin. This is Iranian. I'm so thankful these people like just please fuck off. Like I mean don't go to America because I feel like they ruin our reputation. They're just please. I don't know what to do.
Don't send them my way either, huh? Just
Switzerland. Switzerland. Go to Switzerland.
Send them eastwards.
And then, man, the worst part of the video is when he's outside. I got attacked and I'm gonna sue them and all that. Then they found some Iranian old guy outside who's just walking around, and then he's like, "Yeah, do you know this actor?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know his old famous movie." And he's like, "Do you know he was a killer? Do you know he did this? Are you supporting that?" And the guy is like, "Oh, man, I don't know anything about politics. I'm not into politics." And he keeps shouting. And then another one of the assholes who are from the older generation, he's one of those monarchists that are original, semi-original, but losers, so he's got the hair that has been
straightened,
no, black,
yeah,
so the one Iranian old guy, short, like he's been under the suntan machine so much his skin looks like leather, and then he has this hair that is dyed so black, it's just your eyes are like this. And then he's like, "Yeah, you guys are supporting Islamic Republic. You are the cause of Islamic Republic's killing." And just like they are harassing this poor old man outside the cinema. Just dicks. And I like to see this judo. And then, by the way, police comes and the police tells him to fuck off. You were on private property and stuff. And then he has this thing and he says, look at this receipt I have. I have formed the investigation. There's an investigation. And it's like, man, this is like a report number. What the fuck are you like, how long have you been there, you idiots? Like, it's so funny when he's speaking in Farsi, but he's talking Farsi except the word right. He's like, "I know my rights," in Iranian, like crying, "I know my right. I know my right." Oh, fuck.
No.
Just
seriously.
My apologies for people like him. And I would take Islamic Republic any day over losers like you and Masih Alinejad, who's a complete sellout, who meets with Mike Pompeo. Masih Alinejad is the famous version of these people. She's a pathetic little media personality that meets with anybody who's anti-Islamic Republic, even if they want to like murder everybody in Iran.
I mean, the only thing I could say to his defense was that the part where he was just trying to talk to him. But then again, it's like, if you take that kind of like approach towards an actual politician, towards the actual leader of a country or like someone, then it makes much more sense, right? He was like taking out like his anger towards an actor, that's like the extra
that
weird
makes
part.
It extra stupid.
Sure.
But compare him with Max Blumenthal approaching Ro Khanna, asking pretty difficult questions, but he wasn't pushing his phone into his eye.
He was annoying with that. But the guy kept on saying like, "Talk to me properly," and he wasn't like shouting and talking to him that badly.
He was doing the usual, come on, he was doing the paparazzi journalistic bullshit. Oh, why do you do this? Why do you do this? Not giving,
And I feel like he thought that like his camera has like or his phone has like a
magical
5 centimeter radius or something. He like put in the cop's face. The cop's just like, back up, buddy, and he can still hear you. It's like, trust me, your phone can still film like 1 meter and it can still record audio, or bring a better microphone if you're so concerned.
I felt so for that cop, because that cop was just like in the middle of some fucking local dispute
I know, right?
from across the universe. And then it was so funny because he was holding the camera like this and the cop was in front of him. I was like, yes, well, he attacked me violently. He attacked me. What is going to happen? What is the legal? Is he going to go to prison and stuff? And the cop is like, no, that's not what I'm talking. And in the middle of this, he's also doing comments like breaking into Persian, suddenly going, yeah guys, بچه let me tell من دارم پدرشو در میارم همه چیز and then here my rights what the fuck is going, the cop, like sometimes I feel the cops argument that they should be able to defend themselves. Like, just.
But the cop was probably like, listen, I'm here in the middle of an Iranian debate. I don't understand any of these things. The only thing I understand is that that's private property. In any language, that's private property. And he asked you to leave. So trespassing, I can charge you with trespassing for sure. The rest, we might need to, we need to look into it a bit more. And you explaining again what happened. Although, I mean, if the guy is like really like vicious and stuff, he could. This part, he was right though. Even I think, even if this the Iranian actor, even if he gets a little something in his like record and stuff in the US, next time he wants to get a visa, it might become much harder for him. So he could, if he even just gets him tangled up in a little bit of a court case, he might have achieved, if that's what he kind of wanted, something.
That's true. I don't know if it was him, his friends, one of these bullshit.
But he was alone there, right? That's the thing. It was just like him.
It was some guy joined him. But yeah, I think it was. You saw the guy I talked about, the leather skin suntan guy.
Yeah, but, honestly, the Farsi stuff I was like half understanding. So sometimes I didn't know which way the arguments were being made. I was like, is that in support of you or is that against you?
The articulation by these people was also, I think, effective in your understanding. Yeah. But during the showing of the movie and the Q&A, also there were apparently people making noises and shouting as typical these assholes. They always do this, and I've literally been in like 3 occasions I've seen this, and I hate them so. They're an embarrassment for anybody who wants to actually do a criticism of the regime or anything, to be honest.
And I mean, the method can be sorry
no, I just was going to say that another Iranian actress who's a legend of Iranian cinema, like she's Iranian, Meryl Streep, that type of thing. She again came out and said, come on, guys, calm down. We should respect each other. Even before the revolution, nobody did this type of shit. I mean, until the day of the revolution. It's been there. I hate these people. So I want to apologize for anybody around the world. I know people in London, people in LA have been suffering for a long time. But, these people are apparently going to Anaheim and other places. Anaheim is part of LA, though, no? I think. I don't know.
But,
I mean, it's Disney City or something.
I don't mind the method because it's a form of protest, except there's like a time and place for everything, right? Like Code Pink, they interrupt, they interrupt talks and discussions like that. But it's like the president of the US talking about Yemen. And then, so they like break out and make a point about Yemen. I find that to be much more legitimate.
Point?
I guess raising awareness around an issue, bringing in the spotlight. If it gets covered and it's known, I guess that will be it.
Maybe,
but at these cultural events, at these cultural events, I mean, this one makes no sense. What, this guy, he was an actor. It wasn't really even a movie about the guy. So his only crime was perhaps on TV, not have been mean towards this person.
Towards the end of the video, I think people are coming out who've seen the movie now, and he's like, was the movie religious? And I think one of them was or something, and he's just, I knew it was religious. He doesn't even know what the fuck movie is about. He's not even a Wikipedia search or nothing.
And so what if every movie that I've seen is religious? He thinks American movies aren't religious. He probably hasn't seen too many American movies, seen too many to be completely honest. But he should go watch a few American movies.
Even this idiot, the maximum movies these idiots have seen are some Marvel shitty movie and some Oscar movies. And even those movies, which are not overtly religious, like some of the Christian movies, you can read the religion. And by the way, same in Iran, most Iranian movies, the religious ones, nobody's opening Quran and reading it. It's the subtext. You're fucking it. And in Iran, when you live in Iran, what you expect to make a movie about Iranian society and religion not to come up?
No, this movie discussed porn in a very nuanced way.
It discussed the long history of Iranian cabaret. What do you mean?
What the fuck do you think it was about? Man. But man, that was a I feel like me not understanding what was going on for like at least the first 10 minutes added to it. Because the first 10 minutes until like the cop came, like I don't know, that's where I finally started to understand what's going on.
You were just like the cop. You were like, why are you talking to your phone? Stop talking.
I don't know what you're saying, but trespassing that I understand. So get the fuck up. The cop, that's all he got out of the whole interaction. Private property equals trespassing.
Rights? No rights. Now go. What a loser.
But damn. But okay. All right, folks. If anybody else has seen this, if they speak Farsi and they understand Farsi, let us know what your take is. But if not,
on his YouTube comment section, it was quite, I would say it was, in my view, most of the supportive one did seem more like bots, because there was all these, pictures of like the crown and all that. It's like so typical, like you can say, and all that, and long live Iran, long live King, long live, so anyway. But then there were so many also like just making fun of him so harshly, man. The things I forgot how rude the Iranians can be. Like, yeah, people think I have a bad mouth. Like, Jesus Christ, people were online like, yeah, there were a lot of discussion regarding his family, their sexual history, and all that.
Jesus Christ. Okay. But all right, guys, if anybody else has seen it, please
his mother was discussed.
We'd love to know about your take. If not, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.